Hey guys, it's John, Bigfoot Lacrosse here on Bigfoot TV. Got my special guest today with me in store, Mr. Matt Alrich, New York Titans, National Lacrosse League, and the recently acquired Boston Cannons of the Major League Lacrosse. And Matt, I was taking a quick look. Obviously, the Titans, second-year program,
Yep.
6-6 right now in a very tough Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
That's great news for you guys.
It is. You know, it's a big step from last year. Obviously, we finished 4-12.
Yeah.
We're not very happy with the performance based on the team we had. But this year, you know, it kind of the turning point was in Minnesota. We were 1-4,
Yeah.
and we're sitting there. We're in the dressing room. We say, "Okay, boys, this is it. You know, either the season's a write-off. We're gonna get together, get our stuff together, go all out." And won 5-6 and dropped one. Actually, it was Saturday night in Minnesota. Put us at 6-6. But the Eastern Conference, the race is very tight.
Very tight.
Very tight. There's tons of parity throughout the entire league this year, so it should come down to the last game of the season. All we can hope for is to control our own destiny.
Very good. I noticed, obviously, the NLL dominated by the Canadian player. Looking at real quick at the roster, didn't do a lot of studying, but it seems New York's got to have probably the most American-born players on its roster in the league. Is there an advice you can give to, 'cause these days it's really viable for a kid in college to look at pro lacrosse for the
Sure.
first time in any generation of lacrosse players. What advice would you give to the college players to make that transition to the NLL? Because it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not. You know, again, with us being, we've kind of been labeled as the American team in the league. The truth be told, you know, we do have our fair share of Canadians. We're probably about half and half. But it's good to have the good mix of the Canadian players who bring a lot of experience, growing up playing the box game. Obviously, this is my 4th year, and I'm still learning the box game. But for those college players, just what I want to say is, you know, don't limit your game. Keep an open mind to things, especially if you have a chance to talk to a guy who's in the league, who's played in the NLL, who knows the box game. Definitely pick their brain and keep an open mind. So some of you midfielders out there who might be playing offense in college, don't be opposed to trying to play a little D in the indoor. So just keep an open mind and you know, pick up as much as you can. Go watch an indoor game and see how your game compares.
What was the toughest part for you moving from outdoor to indoor? What surprised you the most about stepping on the field first time on the floor?
Well, the reason why I mentioned that to the midfielder guys is I played attack for my entire career. Played 4 years at Delaware as an attackman and, you know, scored goals my whole career.
Yeah.
And then I get drafted by San Jose, and they say, "Hey, you know, buddy, you're gonna play out the back door." I said, "What the heck's the back door?" Because
were you expecting to be drafted? Was that something even in your thoughts back then?
Yeah. You know, I'd spoken with Doug Locker, who's was the assistant general manager of San Jose. He was basically my girlfriend for like 2 months. Like, I got calls from him on a daily basis. So I knew I was going to get drafted. Got taken in the 3rd round. Wasn't expecting to play defense.
Yeah.
So they moved me because of my size to play defense. And the past 3 years, I've kind of embraced the role and said, "Hey, you know, that's what they want me to do," and you know, learn as much as I possibly can. I'm still learning. But that's the biggest transition was playing offense in college to playing defense and indoor, and then going to the outdoor season
Back
and
to
playing attack again.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
you know, it's good to be versatile, I guess.
Well, now you guys out here in Portland, there's not as much for the Lumberjacks. We certainly don't have the media competition that New York has. You guys are fighting past, you know, the Yankees, the Mets, the Rangers, everything else that's going on. How's New York received the Titans?
You know, it's great. It's good. You know, we're obviously a second year team. With the Giants making and winning the Super Bowl, probably the worst thing that could have happened to us as a team. Great for the city, but tough for us as a team in terms of PR and press. But you know, we're working our way up. Playing all of our home games at Madison Square Garden this year, as opposed to playing Fort Nassau and Fort the Garden. So we're all at the Garden. You know, we're starting to get out in the papers a little bit. Had a couple articles in the New York Post, and then actually one in the New York Times as well. So the name's getting out there, and fans are showing up, and you know, things are looking up.
Very cool. You know, obviously Madison Square Garden, hallowed ground for the basketball player. What's it like to step out there and play in that arena?
I'll tell you what. My first game in the Garden, the week building up, was something crazy. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm playing at the Garden. You know, so much history. You're walking through to the dressing room to see pictures of Muhammad Ali, you see pictures of Bruce Springsteen. Everyone's, you know, Hulk Hogan back in the day of WrestleMania against the Giant. But so there's tons of pictures. But when you get out on the floor, it's, you know, it's like any other ring.
It's game time.
Yeah, it's game time. It's game time. But it's definitely a you know, very pleasurable experience being able to play there.
Very cool. You know, we were at the Jacks game this weekend, and someone mentioned something that I can't believe I forgot about, but someone said we were talking about the season, and also we only have one more home game here in Portland. And someone's like, well, we lost 2 games to the cancellation. I totally forgot that the season was canceled in October. And it would have been a shame. We've had such a great season. Is there any talk in the locker room about that, or is it just kind of water under the bridge? We've all moved on, and everyone's excited about what's happening?
Yeah, you know, it was a tough week. I guess it was a week and a half for us. You know, not knowing whether you have a job in the winter time, and obviously there's a lot of very, very passionate fans in this league. Starting out east and going out west, they will probably be very disappointed. They may not come back.
Yeah.
You know, had the season been canceled, they may not come back. And, it's a good thing the season got rolling, but yeah, you know, it's water under the bridge. Us personally as a team, we lost a couple dates, I think, to the Spice Girls at the Garden, so we had to play a couple extra road games. But you know, we're fighting through it, and you know, I'm just glad we had a job this winter.
Absolutely. Well, now you're here in your capacity as your alter ego is from Reebok as the national sales manager for specialty accounts like Bigfoot Lacrosse.
Sure.
First year out, we know the response here has been phenomenal to the Reebok product. What have you seen going on nationally?
It's been taken so well, you know, John. I can't explain it. We've been very, very happy with how things have gone thus far. Next year we'll have some more product to fill in. Kind of our line will have a head.
Okay.
We're gonna get into the women's game a little bit. So there's some holes we have to fill in our line for this year, but you know, things are great. Can't say enough about it. It's been received very well, and you know, thanks to you guys and for pushing the Reebok brand, and thanks to everyone else across the country. You know,
absolutely,
we really appreciate it.
Are you looking into any? I know you obviously have the National Lacrosse League contract wrapped up. Are you looking into NCAA or looking at any college teams potentially?
Yeah, you know, we're gonna do right now. We have Denver. They're using our custom gloves. The only pair of custom gloves actually we made this year was for Denver.
Okay.
But yeah, we're looking to get a couple of the high-end teams, hopefully, for next year outfitted in Reebok. We have a couple high school teams who have our stock stuff, but no custom yet. But yeah, it's something we're looking to get into. Obviously, get the name out there and in the eye of the viewer. So
very good. We'll look forward to that. Okay, Matt, we're going to get you out of here after this on our Bigfoot Big Five.
Oh boy.
So 5 questions for you, a little bit of our hot seat. If you were a GM and you could pick from anyone in the NLL, what player would you pick to build your franchise around?
Wow, man, that's a tough call.
Talent out there.
Yeah, there's tons of talent out there. I would say John Grant.
Yeah, very good. I think it's a good choice. What 3 people at a dinner party, past or present, historical or not, what 3 people would you invite to a dinner party?
Michael Jordan. Big fan of Michael Jordan. Tiger Woods. And I gotta have some type of historical person in there. George Washington.
Okay, very nice. All right, being an attackman, playing at Delaware, playing outdoors in the MLL, you could pick 2 teammates to make your dream attack line. Who would they be?
Killing me here. Gary Gate, the best player I've played with by far was Gary Gate. A pure feeder. Connor Gill.
Okay. A couple multiple choices here to wrap up. Betty or Wilma?
Wilma.
Okay. And this is a tough question now for a guy who's working in New York, having to play in Boston. You gotta be careful about this answer. Yankees or Red Sox? People in New York know where you sleep.
I know. Yankees. Don't show the same Boston fan.
All right, guys. It's Matt Alrich, Bigfoot Lacrosse, Bigfoot TV.